as the baddest 145-pounder in the United Kingdom will be crowned. Unbeatable and unstoppable, Jonno JCB Chipchase looks to prove that he's the future. He toes the line with the relentless warrior, Gary Fox, who's ready to rip the zero from Chipchase's record and claim the vacant BKFC United Kingdom Featherweight Championship. Get ready for another night of mind-blowing action, live from inside Planet Ice. This is BKFC Fight Night, Manchester, and it starts right now!
Fighting Championship, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, is making its debut in Manchester, the third largest city in England and one of the sporting capitals of the world. It's BKFC Fight Night Manchester, and we will open with 3 preliminary bouts. Then on to this evening's main card, which includes our feature fight. Set for the light heavyweight division, Stevie Taylor versus Conor Cook. Our co-main at 175 pounds. Jack Cohen versus Jakub Kosicki. And our main event for the currently vacant BKFC UK featherweight title, Jonno Chipchase versus Gary Fox. Hey everyone, with Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. This evening we're in the northwest of England. Chris, on Thursday night we were in South Florida. It was BKFC 70, a sold-out celebrity-filled crowd at Hard Rock Live.
Sean, it was an intense crowd. They were really into the fights because I think it was the weigh-in, so many fights almost broke out. I had to break up 3 or 4 fights, but man, it was a great night of fights. Shaq was there. I mean, UFC champs left and right. Little Pump, everything was going just right. Like I said, UFC champs, Andrei Arlovski. We even had Conor McGregor, one of the owners. He was there. But why? It was all about this main event. We had Palomino versus Howard Davis. And these two guys fighting for the king of the streets. I mean, Howard Davis did a great job. However, Palomino was back in his regular form. That's what made him the pound-for-pound best fighter in the UFC. He came in, he did exactly what he did, pushed the pace, controlled the range, got inside and got dirty when he had to, but landed the harder shots. It was a very good performance. He said he's back. He has another title run in him. And after a performance like that, Sean, I have to agree with him. He looked very good. But, man, that crowd was really into it for a Thursday night. I was so impressed with what we did that night. I cannot wait to go back on another Thursday night.
We are back-to-back with 2 nights of BKFC in Dubai, Friday, April 4th and Saturday, April 5th. Across this 2-night BKFC event, fighters from 24 different nations and 4 world title bouts.
That's unbelievable, Sean. 4 different title fights. We got the girls at 115, 145, inaugural title, and then just some of our best fighters in all BKFC are going to be there. It's going to be a great event.
You can watch live on the BKFC app as part of your regular subscription of just $7.99 per month. Chris, tonight's main event here in Manchester for the currently vacant BKFC United Kingdom 145-pound championship, Jonno Chipchase versus Gary Fox.
Man, what a great fight, Chipchase. Undefeated so far. Every time he comes out there, he puts on a show, looking to finish people the entire time. But Fox has been one of my favorite fighters. He's a great boxer. He gets in, he mixes up. He's always an entertaining fight. This is going to be a great one tonight.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by Kurgo, the official betting partner of BKFC.
You have to like these odds, Sean. Very even, a lot of money to be made. I really like Conor Cooke. He's been doing everything right, in my opinion. He's hitting on all cylinders right now. At minus 271, I like that bet.
Blackout Coffee presents the unified rules of bare-knuckle fighting, which are being administered this evening by the ISKA. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We open tonight with a bout in the women's bantamweight division. Sinead Nuallain versus Mathilda Wilson. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And Wilson enjoying the 2-inch height advantage as well as the 3-inch reach advantage. Not that much. Maybe she can utilize that a little bit to make her opponent pay for trying to get in close.
The Swede, Mathilda Wilson, set for fight number 2 promotionally in BKFC. Her 7th bout overall in the sport of bare knuckle. In February 2022, Mathilda Wilson fought the first sanctioned women's bare knuckle bout of the modern era here in the United Kingdom. Mathilda Wilson defeated Taylor Reeves by first-round TKO in Wolverhampton.
Sean, 6 fights in bare knuckle, that is a lot of experience, especially in the female division. It seems like they have less, so she should be very comfortable. She should be used to this system. Making this ring walk not a problem for her. Usually we talk about it, experience can mean everything in this sport. Not always, but she should have a very good chance of going out there having this many fights.
Wilson's husband and her chief second, Liam Wilson, who's also a BKFC veteran, will be in her corner.
That's another positive aspect. It's her husband being around, being a fighter. He can really understand what it takes to compete, that whole lifestyle, that can be very helpful.
From Dublin, Ireland, Nuallain now set for her BKFC debut. Nuallain has had 2 pro MMA bouts.
We've talked about that many times on MMA. A lot of people think boxing would be a better intro instead of MMA. However, it seems like that hasn't always been the case. All these MMA fighters have a different level of toughness, a different style. The boxers just feel like this is boxing without gloves, and we've seen that's not the case. A lot of these MMA people are able to get in there and mix up a little bit different, use that rugged, rough, dirty boxing style to their advantage, and have been very successful.
UFC veteran Brad Pickett and BKFC veteran Nathan Hind will be in the corner of Nuallain.
Just training with people of that caliber, that can give you a lot of confidence.
It's our BKFC debut in Manchester. To get us started, we send it into the ring with Andy Shepard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Planet Ice Arena in Manchester, England, and welcome to BKFC! We want to thank all our viewers watching around the world and all of you here in attendance for this historic night. We're top of the bill. We will crown a new BKFC UK Featherweight champion. But we start with a bout in the women's bantamweight division. This bout is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy and scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She wears the black and orange and stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126.6 pounds and holds 1 defeat inside the BKFC ring. She fights out of Stockholm, Sweden, and is one half of the bare knuckle couple. This is Mathilda Mayhem Wilson. And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. She fights in the green and black and stands 5 feet 1 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 130 pounds and tonight makes her BKFC debut. She fights out of Dublin, Ireland by way of London, England. This is Sinead, the Grenade Nuallain. Referee in charge, Alan Jackson.
Bout number 1 of 12 on this stacked BKFC United Kingdom card from Manchester in the northwest of England. Alan Jackson calling both fighters up to scratch the bell. Round number 1. Black and green trucks for the fighter from the Republic of Ireland, Sinead Nuallain. Black and orange trucks for the fighter from Sweden, Mathilda Wilson. Fast start from Nuallain. To the body with that rear left hand from the southpaw stance goes Wilson. Nuallain, as you see, forward heavy rear right hand from the orthodox stance. Jab to the body. Straight 1-2 right back from Wilson.
Wilson doing a good job of trying to utilize that reach, that range, trying to make their opponent try and pay to each time she tries to get close to landing those shots.
Left hook getting through from Nuallain. Fast jab to the body again from Wilson. Slow stalking pressure from Nuallain. Overhand right. Another overhand right lands from Nuallain. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1. We are in the women's bantamweight division. Overhand right again. From the underhook. Bit of a face wash from Nuallain. That gets the separation from Alan Jackson.
And Wilson really needs to start trying to throw that straight left down the pipe as the point comes in.
Wilson, you see, trying to continually parry that lead left jab with her own lead right hand. Looking to catch and parry is Wilson, looking to come forward into the mid-range and land just that, the overhand right, and Nuallain.
Wilson is just letting Nuallain lead. Wilson needs to get off her there. Come out with that straight left hand right down the pipe. Step outside that lead foot.
To the mid-range from the center circle. And Nuallain, heavy pressure. Clean straight punches coming forward from Wilson on the overhook. The separation, Alan Jackson keeping this fight moving now. 10 seconds remaining, round number 1. Clean left hand in the overhand right in reply. Next up, round 2.
And it was pretty evident to me, whoever was leading that dance, whoever was coming out throwing punches first was the one doing the damage. Both fighters waiting to counter. However, I think in this situation, they'd be better off to come out and try to be the first. Replay, Nuallain coming in, using the right hand. So Wilson gets off first, throws first, and can keep her opponent at bay. You have to do that when you have the lead, the reach. Try and make sure they don't keep coming in. And when they do, they have to hit them with that power left. The jab works when you're outside. Make them pay with the left hand as she tries to come in.
Set for round number 2. Immediately to the mid-range goes Nuallain to start the second round. Immediately to that long jab goes Mathilda Wilson. Long jab again from Wilson. Nuallain again, heavy forward on the right hand. Slight swelling now under the left eye of Nuallain. Jab to the body. Lead left hook. Level change now, Mathilda Wilson. Listed at 5'3" to the 5'1" of Nuallain. Overhand right entry again.
Good job for Nuallain trying to continue to fight her way inside behind punches. You can't just walk close, you're going to get hit.
To the body, heavy to the inside now, chest to chest. Hard overhook snatched by Wilson. Back to it, called knuckle up from Alan Jackson. Long jab to the body from southpaw from Mathilda Wilson. 50 seconds remaining, round number 2, overhand right. Feint step from Wilson.
You can really see both these fighters are really trying to focus on that lead foot. Whoever steps outside has a straight shot.
Overhand right again from Nuallain. So she continues to use that overhand right as her entry punch from the mid-range to the inside. That was clever. Rear left hand landing flush, almost a bolo punch with that rear left hand from Mathilda Wilson.
So when Wilson steps outside that lead foot, every time she can land that left hook, or that left straight left.
Late here in round number 2. You just heard the 10-second clock is acknowledged by referee Alan Jackson. Long jab to the body from Nuallain. Back to the mid-range, back to the body with the jab. We move to round 3.
Trying to make sure they're putting the tape back together, fixing the tape on Nuallain's hand. cut on the forehead of Wilson. Doesn't look like, hopefully that doesn't start bleeding into her eye. Doesn't look like it'll be a problem.
Bounce in the step. Nuallain as she comes up to scratch to start round number 3. The fighters immediately to the jab.
It is starting to trickle into the eye of Wilson.
It's a relatively rare scalp cut in bare knuckle. Most of the cuts as we see are around the brows, the eyelids, and under the eyes.
You see Nuallain at this point, she's in stalk mode. She's trying to mirror her opponent's hips, wait, close that distance, get inside and land some hard right hands.
And movement from Wilson on her back foot, on the front foot, into the clinch comes Nuallain. And Jackson from both fighters, listen when I say break. 120 remaining round number 3. Heavy forward pressure now from Mathilda Wilson. Wilson, big right hands on the inside now to the body.
Wilson, when she gets in and lands a couple of hard shots, she kind of smothers herself. She runs in and gets really close. She has the reach, the length. She has to utilize it.
Great punches forward again from Mathilda Wilson.
That straight left down the pipe has really been her best shot.
Almost a modified hammer fist to the body from Wilson. Straight hammer fists are not legal. That was legal, though. It was that downward strike.
Now it is Wilson in stalk mode.
Her left hand, counter left on the exit from Nuallain. 30 seconds remaining round 3. There's the right hand. Overhand left that time, stepping forward from Nuallain. Into the clinch from Wilson. Left hand from Nuallain, rights to the body. Landed from Mathilda Wilson. There's a clipping left hand on the step in. Wilson, though, Chris, has measurably turned up her tempo here in round 3 from what we saw from the fighter from Sweden, Mathilda Wilson, in rounds 1 and 2.
She's really trying to land that straight left. It's been her best shot, and she hits it. Just like you saw at the very end of that round, she landed a good left.
We are through 3 rounds.
Felt like Nuallain was doing her best work where she was able to mirror the hips of her opponent, push her backwards against the rope, dictate when the fight happens, lead the dance. And Mathilda comes forward first. I feel like she's little left hand thrown by Nuallain, landed. But the left eye of Nuallain starting to swell a little bit.
Round number 4 underway. With fighters using rangefinder lead hands. Lead left for Nuallain and ortho. Lead right for Wilson. Sitting in southpaw. Long jab, there's the overhand left coming forward from Mathilda Wilson. Then Nuallain on the counter. Forward again is Mathilda Wilson. Heavy into the clinch. There's the fighter from the Republic of Ireland. She made Nuallain. That's time called by referee Alan Jackson.
There's your hard warning, Sean.
And that's a hard warning to both fighters from Alan Jackson. Jackson saying you have to break when I say break. Listen to me. Hard warning in referee speak means you do the same infraction next time, it will cost you 1 point. Time in. Round number 4 continues. Good refereeing from Alan Jackson. Calling time authoritatively, clearly speaking to both fighters. Deeper swelling under the left eye of Nuallain. To the body, then to the head goes Nuallain coming forward. Mouthpiece out.
That was a good combination. Nuallain needs to do that more often. Get into your range and throw lots of punches.
Mouthpiece right back in. There's the left hand in for Mathilda Wilson. 60 seconds remaining round 4. Into the clinch, there's the overhook. Short left on the separation from Nuallain. And the measuring from Wilson, rear left hand. From the underhook, you see the hand trap. Posting with the forearm, not a face wash. That was a legal post from Nuallain. Legal and smart. Wilson Chris has measurably turned up the tempo. Round 3 here in round 4 from what we saw from her in rounds 1 and 2. Right hand on the exit from Nuallain.
It's the straight left hand that's doing the most damage to Wilson. She needs to continue to throw that punch and land. A lot of times we talk about, I say don't get in there, don't get greedy. Nuallain needs to try and get greedy. If she's in there, I don't think she's going to get hurt by Wilson. So she wants to get into her range with that shorter reach and land a lot of combinations, keep throwing punches. Wilson's only doing the damage from the outside.
Alan Jackson had called time on the hard warning. Not sure if that was communicated ringside to the timekeeper. Perhaps not quite a full 2-minute round. No complaint from either fighters or their respective corners, so we move to the 5th and final round.
You start getting pretty tired. Like, oh, they took away 30 seconds, no problem.
See the cut on the forehead of Mathilda Wilson.
And once again, if I'm in the corner of Wilson, I'm saying step outside that lead foot with the right, throw the straight left down the pipe, try and really do some damage to that left side of her face. Left eye's really swelling.
Sporting gesture from both fighters. 5th and final round underway. Nuallain, her BKFC debut. Mathilda Wilson, her 2nd bout in BKFC, her 7th overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Overhand left from Nuallain. Trying to gauge the range. Nuallain level change to the body. Wilson staying in this tall southpaw stance, now to the body with those short rights goes Mathilda Wilson. Open left hand from Nuallain. Wilson again forward.
You can just see Wilson being pushed around a little bit by Nuallain. She seems to be very strong.
1:15 remaining, 5th and final round. Rear left hand to the body from Wilson. That was clever.
Nuallain just patted her stomach, said that didn't hurt.
Overhand right, overhand left, just off the mark from Nuallain. In the clinch again, you see the posting from Nuallain. Big left hand. Wilson resetting on her striking line. Nuallain landed that flush.
And that was a good job for Wilson. She landed a couple punches and got right back out. She's been smothering herself a little bit too much. Just like you see in this situation.
Into the clinch, short right hands from Wilson, but her back is against the ropes. Restart from Alan Jackson. Immediately forward comes Wilson. On the restart once more. Long jab from Mathilda Wilson. See that deep swelling under the left eye of Nuallain. 20 seconds remaining in this women's bantamweight fight. Left hand lands clean from Wilson. Nuallain did well to walk through that. Driving pressure by Nuallain, then a right hand on the exit from Wilson. Nuallain back to the inside, overhand left again. The bell and the end of the fight.
Good fight. I feel like often it seems the person who's pushing forward gets the nod in the close round. We'll see if that happens. Nuallain was the one who was pushing forward. However, she was eating a lot of punches. You could see from that left side of her face. Very swollen. We're going to find out real quick whether they're trying to score for the people who's landing those cleaner shots or the one who's getting inside.
Three ISK judges' scorecards being tallied now. Nuallain seems to definitely feel good about her performance. It's more muted in the corner of Mathilda Wilson. Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
See a few more punches thrown for Wilson. Just one more landed. Much better percentage for Nuallain.
Call themselves the bare knuckle couple. Both BKFC fighters, Mathilda Wilson and her husband, Liam Wilson. To end all suspense, we send it to Andy Shepard.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards. One of the judges scored this bout 48-47, the other two 49-46. All for your winner, the unanimous decision, Sinead the Grenade Nuallain.
Very good victory for Nuallain. It was that pressure she put on the entire time, pushed the pace, got in her opponent's face.
Victorious is Sinead Nuallain in her BKFC debut. 3 rounds to 2, 4 rounds to 1, 4 rounds to 1 from the 3 ISKA judges. Both fighters had their moments, but Nuallain relentless, coming to the inside, landing heavy in the pocket. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Sinead Nuallain defeats Mathilda Wilson. Expansion of BKFC continues.
First foray into the Middle East. We're going to Dubai, the Dubai National Tennis Stadium.
It goes down April 4th and 5th. 2 nights of fights featuring the biggest and baddest title fights in BKFC history.
2-sport world champion, here he is, Austin No Doubt Trout.
He just shows that skill he has. He's got so much ability. This guy is a special thing to watch for some time to come.
Carlos Trinidad Snake with emphasis.
Showing why he's undefeated and why he's going to be hard for anybody to deal with.
King Kai Stewart.
Kai Stewart just keeps rolling. Unbelievable.
Arguably the top pound-for-pound fighter in all of bare-knuckle fighting championships.
Tommy the Barber Strader.
Undefeated in bare-knuckle fighting championships. And victory for the South African. To the middleweight division we go. The numbers presented by OnlyFans for Liam Dooley versus Marcus Pond.
And only a 1-inch height advantage for Pond. However, a 5-inch reach advantage. That is significant in this weight class.
This is fight number 3 in BKFC for Marcus Pond from Plymouth on the south coast of England, fighting here in the northwest of England in Manchester. Pond's BKFC debut came October 2023 when he defeated Ryan Harris by way of 2nd-round knockout.
Has a little bit of experience. Like he's had 3 fights. You usually see this is the point where they really start to understand the sport a little bit better. Your first one, don't know what you're getting into, and afterwards, that's when the training camp is different. That's when you understand what you're trying to do. It takes, I don't know, maybe 6-8 months before you really start to understand the sport a little bit better. From that point, that's usually right around fight number 3.
You see our fight odds? They are presented by Kurgo, the official betting partner of BKFC. Fighters on this 12-bout card here in Manchester from England, the Republic of Ireland, Sweden, Wales, the Czech Republic, Bulgaria, and Poland. In this middleweight bout, it's Englishman versus Englishman. From here in Manchester, Liam Dooley now set for his bare-knuckle fighting championship debut.
Debut, very difficult to predict how a fighter's going to fight. They could be very green. They could have a lot of fight experience. They could stay really relaxed. You just never really know coming in how somebody's going to be. Some of the guys, they're best fighters in the world. The guys who come out and they're undefeated, they started at one point, Sean. They had a debut. A lot of times they look fantastic. A lot of times you go, well, maybe this isn't more for him. We're about to find out about Dooley.
Over the top rope and theatrically into the ring comes Liam Dooley.
Definitely looks like an athlete.
Here's Andy Shepherd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is presented to you by OnlyFans and is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black and gold and stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 169.4 pounds and enters the BKFC ring tonight with an equal record of 1 win and 1 loss. He fights out of Plymouth, England. This is Marcus the Pilgrim Pond. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black and silver and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 167.8 pounds. And tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. He fights out of Manchester, England, Liam Dooley. Your referee in charge, Owen Doyle.
BKFC debut for referee Owen Doyle, as well as Liam Dooley. And again, bout number 3 in bare knuckle fighting championship for Marcus Pond. Round number 1. Fast start off from scratch for Liam Dooley, and the left hand sends Marcus Pond to the canvas. Here's the mandatory 8 count given to Pond by Owen Doyle.
First punch landed. Oh, that's it. Wow.
Doyle back to the canvas. The backflip and the win in his BKFC debut for Liam Dooley.
I talked about him being an athlete, the way he jumped over ropes, just a standing back tuck. Wow, powerful individual. You can tell the very first punch he landed, a left hook, did the damage. Pond sat up for a second and said, I can make this. Oh, no, you can't. That was quick.
Marcus Pond sitting up, taking that mandatory 8 from Owen Doyle. Outstanding refereeing from Doyle. He saw Pond go back to the canvas. Doyle so attentive, breaking off his count. That's the fight. And Liam Dooley with emphasis here in his home city, Manchester, now 1-0 in BKFC.
Right from the beginning, we're going to see double jab with the right hand of the body, left upstairs. Perfect combination. I love that double jab, but right to the body makes him think, okay, that's coming to the body. Then upstairs, you just don't see it. It's always funny, Sean. You think, okay, mentally you think, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to stand up. However, your legs don't get that message sometimes. So when you try to stand up, they're not all the way there. It happens, and then people go right back down. And that's a good thing for the referee. Like, they don't need to be fighting anymore.
Strong BKFC debut for referee Owen Doyle. And an even stronger BKFC debut for the victor,
ladies and
Dooley.
gentlemen, referee Owen Doyle holds this bout at 14 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner via knockout, Liam Dooley.
So what a debut for Dooley. A quick knockout with power. He's going to be a rising star type of thing. Look at that guy, just an athlete jumping out easily.
He enters the BKFC ring over the top rope. He exits over the top rope. 14 seconds to the victory in his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. The left hand and the finish. The winner by way of round 1 KO. Liam Dooley defeats Marcus Pond. Fighting Championship, coming to you live tonight from Manchester, is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. OnlyFans, Rasha, and by Forged Irish Stout. By the rematch, Chris Camozzi versus Lorenzo Hunt. Chris Camozzi.
He's a high fight IQ, accurate punching, just owning the ring right now. This guy can do it all. 9 knockouts. You just go to bare knuckle fighting.
If this guy hits you, he's gonna hurt you. I am the best bare knuckle fighter in the world.
The fighter from Gainsborough, England, Rico Franco.
Straight punches, clean shots. Every time he lands, it's with bad intention. That accuracy, that precision, he's doing damage. Cannot wait to see this fight.
Has all of the ingredients to be something truly special. The biggest title fight in the whole history of the organization.
Unbelievable.
In the light heavyweight division, James O'Brien versus Leigh Cohoon. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bounty Competition.
So everything very similar in this fight, except for O'Brien has a huge fist. That's a lot of surface area, one of the biggest we've seen. If they land that hard shot, maybe they can make a difference. We'll find out.
Leigh Cohoon enters 1-0 in bare knuckle fighting championship. He's also had 18 pro MMA bouts. Cohoon made his BKFC debut this past February. He defeated Kane Wilkinson by third-round technical knockout.
Definitely looks like a showman. Got the sunglasses, he's confident, he's strutting out. Sometimes we talked about that one fight experience. He's been in there, he's done this, feels better about his chances. That can be a big factor. Sometimes it cannot matter at all. The last guy we just saw, Dooley, never had a fight. He looked pretty phenomenal in the first 14 seconds.
We're at Planet Ice in Manchester. England, of course, the ancestral home of bare knuckle fighting. They have fully embraced BKFC in the modern revival of the sport. This city, this great nation. With the flag of his native Wales, the fighter from Wrexham, James O'Brien, now set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut.
We've had some very good fighters come from Wales, Sean. I would have to imagine they train together. The area isn't that big, so when you have fighters of that caliber, you need to try and train with other like-minded individuals. Hopefully he has got in there with some of the great ones and really figured out this sport.
Look of pure focus and intensity on the face of the Welshman, James O'Brien.
Being his debut, you definitely want to have that intensity and that focus. Be solely just understanding what you have to accomplish, what you need to do in this fight. Be very technical. Hope he doesn't go in there and think, I'm going to trade punches. He thinks I'm going to go out there and do the art of fighting, hit, and don't get hit.
Here's Andy Shepard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is presented to you by Bounty Competitions and is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the BKFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the red and white and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He went in officially at 183.8 pounds. And his BKFC record is a perfect 1 victory and no defeats. He fights out of Stadybridge, England, Leigh "Da Boom" Cohoon. his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black and white and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 183.8 pounds. And tonight makes his BKFC debut. He fights at Wrexham, Wales. This is James O'Brien. Referee in charge, Stefan Joachim.
BKFC debut for referee Stefan Joachim. Calling both fighters fully up to scratch. Round number 1. Black trunks for the fighter from Wales, James O'Brien. Red and white trunks for the fighter from here in England, Leigh Cohoon. Fast start in his BKFC debut off of scratch for O'Brien.
O'Brien landed a couple of nice clean shots. So he's very excited to come in here and test his opponent's chin.
Double right hand from O'Brien. Big swings. There's the duck under. High tight striking guard for Cohoon. Excel from Cohoon as he takes that jab, staying on the outside. Cohoon takes the 1-2 from O'Brien as he is cut corner of his left eye. More big shots on the forward pressure from James O'Brien.
Cohoon's in huge trouble at this point. He's got to do something like he's trying to. He's got to tie up. He can't just keep taking his shots.
One-way traffic at the moment, 1:15 remaining, round number 1. We are in the light heavyweight division. There's the duck under from Leigh Cohoon, and time called by referee Stefan Joachim.
That may be a benefit at this point for Cohoon. He can get his legs back underneath him. He can get his wits. He was jumped on very early by O'Brien.
Low blow ruled by referee Stefan Joachim. 5 minutes on the injury timeout clock.
This can actually be a good thing for O'Brien as well. He started to get a little wild, a little reckless. He needs to slow it down, understand how he was getting those positions, throwing first, landing good shots.
O'Brien no interest in taking the full 5 minutes, but he lands a huge 1-2 in the rear right hand, sends Leigh Cohoon to the canvas.
Cohoon, the way he fell, he's still going to be a little hurt.
Mandatory 8 count, given to Cohoon from Stefan Joachim.
O'Brien needs to step all over the gas right now, try to really take his opponent out. He's hurt.
Standing on the right hand, stalking pressure. Comes James O'Brien, another big overhand right.
Body, he needs to go to the body. He's blocking the head, the body's wide open.
Sitting on the overhand right, a downward 2, swing and a miss, but that left hand getting through. O'Brien playing all offense, Cohoon playing all defense. 25 seconds remaining, round number 1. There's the jab from Cohoon, not getting through. Right hand, left hand. Now Cohoon trying to find his offense. Closing stages, round number 1 off the canvas, but the right hand from O'Brien sends to Cohoon backwards again to the ring ropes. Cohoon now forward, ducking under. Huge right hook to the body from O'Brien.
As he's blocking the head, the body's been wide open. He's got to take advantage.
More big shots to the belt. That ends round number 1.
And Cohoon was so fortunate to make it out of that first round. He was hurt badly, getting pushed all around the ring. He's cut, he's bleeding, but he's on his feet at this point. Look at this knockdown, just 2-punch combination, left hook, right hand. And Cohoon fell hard. I was impressed he was able to finish that round, Sean.
See the cut? Outside of Cohoon's left brow.
Cohoon has got to try and get inside in this fight, try and slow the pace a little bit down. He's standing outside, he's getting caught with shots.
Seconds out called, both fighters up to scratch. Round number 2. To the body from Cohoon. Up jab from Cohoon, not getting through. Brian continuing to sit on that big right hand. It was the right hand that sent Cohoon to the canvas in round number 1, but there's the left hand getting through from Cohoon. Cohoon to the body. Check left hook from O'Brien.
Almost could have called that a knockdown. I feel like the ropes might have kept him up.
Left hand getting through from Cohoon. Best sequence of the fight for Leigh Cohoon. Left hand again from Leigh Cohoon.
Brian has to put his chin down. He put it straight up in the air. That's when you get knocked down.
To the body, half tie punt. Straight right hand, and we're in one knockdown apiece.
Somebody's getting up off the canvas to win. Ooh, O'Brien looks finished. He's not getting up.
The count continues from Stefan Jochu. It continues to 10, and the come from behind win for Leigh Cohoon.
So that was all one-way traffic in the first round, totally changed in the second. I wonder if it was that bare knuckle experience that he had. He understood what he was getting into because he was hurt badly in that first round. Did a great job of making it in the second. We talked about it. I was surprised he made it out. Ooh, next level toughness, that's what it takes to be good at the BKFC. Cohoon showed it. He's in here to fight. Couple hard shots. It was that straight right down the pipe. I just talked about how O'Brien would put his head up too high. His chin was not tucked down. You get hit on the chin with a hit when the head is up like that, you get hit in the chin, you're gonna go down.
Great sportsmanship between O'Brien and Cohoon. That stands truly as one of the best come-from-behind wins we have ever seen in BKFC. O'Brien knocking down Cohoon in round number 1. A huge rear right hand, but even more dramatically, more emphatically, Chris, it was one-way traffic throughout. Cohoon largely played defense. O'Brien largely played offense in round number 1. Leigh Cohoon in round number 2, fast start off from scratch, found his range, found his punches, and found the second round finish.
I feel like Cohoon knew he had to do something different. He couldn't stay out and trade with his opponent. He had to try and push the pace, push inside, and as he came forward with punches, he landed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Stefan Joachim calls a halt to the action at 53 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by TKO, Leigh the Bull Cohoon.
And Cohoon had to deal with adversity in that fight. He learned a lot about himself, I'm sure, but man, what a performance. Came back, got up off the canvas, got the knockout.
Not without adversity. Leigh Cohoon, you see deep swelling in and around his right eye, cut corner of his left eye on the canvas in round number 1. From defense to offense, the right hand and the finish. The winner by way of round 2 KO, Leigh Cohoon defeats James O'Brien.
It's another night of unparalleled action from the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. In the main event, BKFC OG Dakota Cochran fights the undefeated Warrior with bad intentions, Marcus Edwards. In the co-main event, the Crazy White Boy Zeb Vincent throws down with the unbeaten